Good morning to you. Good morning to you. Clearly, I'm not over my cold yet. Good morning to you. Good morning to you. All right, everyone, welcome to another Me First Mornings. I am your host and energy alchemist, Patricia Ribeiro Wolfson. I am also an intuitive coach and an energy healer, and I am so happy to be here. I am a wife and a mom to 3 boys, and it is as crazy as you think it might be. I am here to help you calibrate your energy, how to help you integrate self-care into easy, doable steps, and how to shine your light in your own unique way in the world. Yay! And today's topic, we will be talking about the magic of patience and how sometimes the best action is no action at all. All right, here we go. Let's start the show. I feel like there should be an intro song. No, all right, maybe not. Y'all ready for this? Bum, 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 bum. Okay, I'm just doing this for myself. Welcome to anybody that's watching. If you have not yet subscribed to my YouTube channel, please go to YouTube right now and go to Jumpstart for Change and subscribe to my channel and ding that notification bell so that you know anytime I decide to do a show. Generally speaking, you can find me every Monday through Friday at 10 a.m. EST on Facebook and, of course, on YouTube, which I really hope that you've already subscribed to my channel. But if not, like I said, go ahead and do that now. All right, so today's show I'm very excited about because it's really important to talk about this. Now, what's funny, and I'm just like trying to get my ducks in a row here, what's interesting and funny and whatever, coincidence, it's not coincidence, it just is what it is that just last week I was talking about how momentum is so important. And it is. Momentum is one of the most important things. However, you have to make sure that the momentum is going in the direction that you want to go. And so that's why the magic of patience sometimes comes into play here. Give me a second. I got to open the door for my pup. All right. Don't go anywhere. Don't go anywhere. All right. Go on. Okay. Ha. Sometimes, oops, I'm sure that was very fun for all of you to sit here and just watch me leave. All right, we're back. We're back from outer space. Anyway, all right. Well, I guess I'm in a singing mood today. Maybe because I don't feel like total and utter garbage like I have for the last 4 or 5 days. I still have a cough. But I figured that I could do a show today, so I'm glad you guys are joining me. And if you're watching, please say hi. And if you're watching the replay, say #replay and say hi too. All right, so let's do our morning ritual first and get ourselves grounded and centered because I find that is a great way to start the show, which is why it's one of the things that I aim to do first. Don't always get there because I get distracted with my chitter chatter. But here we go. So we're going to light the candle. And so this is how we do our ritual every day. If you're new to the show, we do a morning ritual together every day. And it is a way for us to get ourselves centered and connected to our inner GPS. That's our inner guidance. And if you don't know what I'm talking about in terms of GPS, of course, you can go ahead now and download your free GPS workbook. And what this workbook is going to do is it's going to take you through a series of questions, which is going to help you figure out what is your anchor, right? Your anchor feeling, right? It's important that, of course, we all have goals, we all have dreams, we all have visions of what we want the future to look like. And very often those goals and dreams and visions are centered around what our life might look like at that time, who we might be with, what our business looks like, what our professional and personal life looks like. And very often when we think of those dreams, it's kind of professional and personal together, right? We like to see success in our professional life. That brings us, of course, happiness and freedom in our personal life. But the thing that I really want to focus on and what GPS and how we do the GPS system together works is we focus on the feeling, right? Because, having all the success in the world, well, success is subjective. Happiness is subjective. I mean, everything is subjective, really. And it's what it means to you. So if you focus on the feeling and less on whatever the stuff might be or the accomplishment might be, then this way you can stay focused on what's truly important. And that is an easy way for you to disconnect from the expectations of what your life unfolds or what unfolds for your life, right? Because when we are attached to a particular outcome, then what we're doing is we are energetically bound to this idea, which may or may not be in our highest and greatest good. And when you attach yourself instead to a feeling, right? The feeling of joy, of spaciousness, of connectedness, of peace, of whatever it is, when you connect to the feeling, and that is your goal, is whatever you do in your life, you're trying to connect to that feeling. Well, then the subject or the vision or, how things unfold have less to do with what you're getting and more to do with how it's coming to you. And so that's really the key to the entire GPS system. All right, so we're going to go ahead and get ourselves centered and grounded. And as I said, if you have not yet downloaded your free GPS workbook, go ahead, because we will be talking about setting intentions together during our prayer portion. In the meantime, I'm going to put on some essential oils, my usual. In this case is sacred frankincense. Here we go. For those of you who are interested, this is a Young Living oil. I am not loyal to any particular essential oil company, but I do have oils from all the ones that I like and all the ones that my friends sell from, especially. All right, so, ooh, sorry about that. Told you I still had a cough. All right, but you guys are worth it. So I'm here showing up for you because this is important. We need to do this work together. Also, it's important for me because I like doing the show. All right, so now that we've set ourselves up, I'm going to grab my clear quartz crystals, my crystal spheres, which I like to hold in my hands as we do this deep breathing exercise together. If you don't have crystals, it's fine. You don't need to. You can just put your hands on your lap. You can put them facing down or facing up or in a mudra, whatever resonates most with you, whatever connects with you. All right, so I put my hands on my lap and we're going to take 3 deep breaths. And one of the reasons that I really like doing this, and we keep it short here on Me First Mornings because, well, first of all, we don't have time for like a whole 20-minute routine, but that was born out of the fact that I myself was not making time to do a 20-minute routine. However, like a 5-10 minute thing that we do together here, that feels easy. And that is the whole purpose of Me First Mornings, is how we can introduce self-care or new habits into our lives that make us feel good, that make us feel connected, and especially that connect us to our inner guidance system, which is that GPS, right? Maybe I should call it the IGS, inner guidance system. Anyway, but nobody would know what that is. I was like, check your IGS. So we go with GPS. All right. So since we are made of stardust and what I like to say earth dust, which is dirt, right? We are a combination of heaven and earth. We are a combination of sky and ground. We're a combination of everything in this beautiful planet, right? So we are made up of the same things that everything else in this planet is made up of. And so we take this time for us to clear our channel, right? To connect to source energy and to charge up for the day. So that's the whole purpose of this. So we're going to take a full, deep breath. First one, I want you to focus on the top of your head and just open up the top of your head. And I want you to take a deep breath. And as you're taking in that deep breath, I want you to just imagine like liquid sunshine pouring into your head, this beautiful, powerful, healing, life-giving energy into your body as bright as anything, dissipating or breaking apart any stuck, stagnant, or dense energy. We just want to clear that right out. And what better than the power of the sun, the power of, that source energy that fuels us and energizes us all. So let's take that deep breath now. Then you're going to hold for 5 seconds. And when you're ready, you're going to release and allow any of that stuck or stagnant energy to be released and allow Mother Nature to take it, transmute it, and turn it into whatever is best for the highest and greatest good of all. All right, here we go. Deep breath in and hold. And release. Beautiful. Now we're going to take our focus to our feet and have them well planted on the ground, because I want you to imagine that you are charging up with the energy of the earth. And as such, you're going to allow the roots from the earth to come up through your feet, through your legs, and just through your entire body, permeating every single cell. That earth force energy, that life-giving energy, the same energy that helps plants burst through the ground in spring. We are going to take that energy into our body as well and feel the burst of energy, feel that life force pulsing through us, also breaking apart and dissipating any stuck, stagnant, or dense energy that may still remain. And we'll hold our breath as that happens and then release when we exhale, and release any and all things that don't serve us once again. Here we go. And hold. And release. Beautiful. Okay, we're going to do that one more time. You can focus either on your head or on your feet, or maybe even in your heart. And I want you to just take a deep, deep breath and feel yourself charging up for the day, clearing that beautiful vessel that is your body, and just charging up. Feel the energy of the earth, the energy of the sun, the energy of love and light pulsing through you as we do this together. Hold. And release. Beautiful. Thank you for accompanying me with that. All right, now we're going to just do a little stretching. I like to stretch because just as we sort of release some of that stuck and stagnant energy on the inside, we also need to release the tension in our muscles, right? Because that also prevents us from flowing freely, much like a hose with water, which you talk about all the time, right? When you kink it, when you bend it, when it's like stuck, then the water's not flowing through as freely, right? So when our bodies are stuck or stiff or tense or uncomfortable, it causes pockets of energy to block the flow. And what we want to do is we want to release that energy. We want to release that block. We want to release that tension so that we can clear the pathway for source energy to flow through us, for us to get the messages and the information and the inspiration that we need to move on every single day. All right, here we go. A little more stretching. Don't forget to breathe. Breathe out to let that tension be released. Beautiful. Okay. And then shake it out. Shake it out, shake it out, shake it out, shake it out, shake it out. Oh, we got all all right. Camera's caught up with me. Okay. So now let's say our little Me First morning prayer together and set our intention. So if you already have your GPS word and you know what your intention is, you can keep that at top of mind. Otherwise, just think of what you want to feel today. How do you want to feel? How do you want to move through the world? What is the ultimate feeling of that you want to connect to? For me, it's like peace keeps coming up over and over again. I want to feel peace. I also want to feel connected. So you come up with whatever word works for you, and I want you to bring that into the intention as we say this prayer. And we're going to call on the support of our spiritual support team to help us set our intentions for the day and move through the day in the way that we intend. All right, so here we go. Divine Mother, Infinite Father, Creator, Ascended Masters, Archangels, Spirit Guides, Ancestors, and all beings of 100% pure white light, allow me to be a clear and open channel of your light and love without hesitation or ego. May the highest vibration of infinite consciousness connect with my higher self and release any and all things that no longer serve me. I ask that Saint Germain and his infinitely powerful violet flame burn away all the things that no longer serve myself or humanity and hold us back from our divine existence. Help us to embody our intentions for the day and help us to raise the collective vibration for the highest and greatest good of all. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So be it, and so it is. Bum, bum, bum. All right, I'm very excited. So now let's talk as I shuffle the cards. All right, so what are we talking about today? It is not a popular belief. It is an uncommon piece of advice that I give to people, but it is super important. And that is sometimes the best action is no action. All right. Now, why do I say this? Especially on the tails of me talking about how momentum is key, that you need to take action, do something, and get moving in order for you to propel you forward. Now, that still is true, right? It is very, very true that momentum and movement and motion definitely, connects you to the flow and brings you to where you want faster. However, if you have an energy of indecision, of uncertainty, an energy of anxiousness because you don't have clarity, that energy will muddy the waters for you. It will kind of, it will affect the actions that you take and the steps that you take. Now, not to say that if you want to take those steps and jump in and just do whatever because that's how you function or that's how you feel is your best approach, then by all means, if it's working for you, go ahead. But if you are constantly battling yourself, trying to figure out, well, universe favors action, I need to take action, but you're unclear or you're resistant to taking the action, then let me share with you a piece of information that I have shared with so many people, and whoever has truly listened to this piece of advice in the right circumstances has benefited greatly from the results that come after. So inspired action is one thing. Inspired action is like you have an idea, you have a vision, you have clarity. And even if you're afraid, so you might be resistant because of fear, because you're like, whoa, this is a big step, or whoa, am I ready for this, right? Then even action in that kind of uncertainty is good action because you're very clear on what you need to do. You're just terrified to take the step. So in situations like that, you leap, you go for it, and you're like, okay, I'm going to do it because I know that this is the best thing for me. I'm scared to do it, right? But I know without a shadow of a doubt that this is the best move for me at this time. It feels in complete and total alignment with who I am at this stage. So that is the time for you to take action, even if you're scared, for you to jump in with both feet, for you to go ahead and step out of your comfort zone and push yourself to do something. However, if you are in a situation, especially in a situation where you need to make a big decision, it is something that's going to affect the rest of your life. Perhaps you want to change jobs or careers. Perhaps you're looking at your relationship and not sure if you want to stay or you want to terminate that relationship. Perhaps there are other things going on, decisions that you need to make for your health, for your well-being, for your personal life, for your children, that you just don't know what is the best route to take. And you're truly paralyzed by that decision because you can't see clearly what the best move is and you can't feel it clearly. So then you're in this muddiness, this muddy energy, right? So making a decision and taking an action from that muddy energy is not going to bring you clear results. Now, it's not to say that you still won't end up getting what you need, right? Or getting to where you want. You may still get there. It just may be a more complicated or messy process. And that's okay. Life is messy. But I'm giving you this piece of advice because it's something that I've really seen help a lot of people. And especially in relationships, when people are seriously considering whether or not they need to stay in a relationship or move on. It's things like jobs, like really big decisions that can potentially change your entire life. If you are unclear, wait. Wait for clarity. Wait for things to unfold, because sometimes when we are unclear, our inner knowing, our inner GPS is not showing us the clear direction, because other things need to unfold first, because more information is needed, because there are certain things out of our control that still need to happen before we can move forward with confidence and clarity. So if you are not moving forward with confidence and clarity, then it's okay to stop. It's okay to pause. It's okay to surrender and ask your spiritual guidance team, right? Your spiritual support team, and say, hey, I don't know what to do here. Please show me the way. Please light my path, right? Give me signs to show me which direction I need to go. And I promise you, if you truly wait and listen and be connected. Now, this is not like say, do anything, watch Netflix for 45 hours and hope a solution comes to you. Although that could totally happen. But it's more about focusing on what you can do for your life, focusing on what does feel good, and taking action, right? Any action, any motion, any movement that really feels in alignment. Now, that action could be going to take a walk. It could be going to declutter. It could be any number of things that seem completely unrelated to making your decision. But that motion that's unrelated to your decision is going to sort of get the wheels turning. It takes you away from the direct problem, right? And allows you to just pick up momentum doing something that feels good, whatever that feeling good might be. That's why I was like taking a walk or decluttering a corner or writing an email or whatever it is that you have, which is why sometimes I focus on doing an action that you've been avoiding, right? For those of you who have been following the show for a long time, I have the ABCs, right? The daily ABCs, which is A, take an action you've been avoiding. B, do something with your body. And C, do something creative. Those ABCs are essential for you to do each and every day. And if you are taking those actions each day, even if there's a big decision that you need to make, those actions are going to move you closer and closer to a place where you are going to feel much more clear and much more confident in moving forward. Not just that, is that it is going to sort of get you in the energy of flow, right? That's what we want. We want to be in the energy of flow. And some things you can't be in the flow of because there's a block there, right? And the block is like you can't see beyond a certain point, right? And it could be like, and one of the things that I talk about in the post from this, if you're looking in the description of this show, right? It's you must create the conditions in your life that will make you feel safe to move forward with any decision. Right? And so with those big decisions, if you're looking at ending a relationship, if you're looking at changing careers, if you're doing anything that's going to affect your personal life, your professional life, or your family, those decisions, they can be debilitating. It can be really, really daunting, and not knowing what to do can be paralyzing and terrifying. Right? And so when you have that kind of energy around you, it's really hard to make a decision, right? Especially if you're like, well, if I make this decision, my children will be affected. If I go in this direction, my entire life will change, and I don't know if I'm ready for that change. So what you need to do is focus instead on getting yourself ready for the potential of making the change and take the actions that feel good. Okay, so for example, let's say that you're looking to move careers or change careers or move jobs, right? So you stay at the job that you're at right now, and maybe you start making phone calls and start, calling your connections and seeing if you can get an interview or seeing what steps you need to take to change careers, right? So you are still taking action, but you're not just quitting your job, right? You are taking actions that will make you feel safer when you take the leap. Because if, and not to say, and there's plenty of evidence showing that, if you drop everything and just leap blindly, that things can work out for you, and it's a great tactic. But I come from a place and where my angle is to let you know that if you are unsure, sometimes the best thing is to remain unsure and allow the certainty to unfold as you take the action you need to for your own highest and greatest good in the meantime, right? If you want to leave a relationship, but you're afraid of what life might look like if you are solely responsible for your life or for your children, well, then you need to start taking steps to figure out how you can support yourself without being in that relationship, right? Because then once you've established those sort of that foundation of safety and security, well, then you're going to be much more confident if the time comes that's like, you know what, I'm ready to do this, I'm ready to make the leap, I'm ready to be on my own, because you have prepared yourself to be on your own, right? Just like a job, right? You don't want to leave your job if you are financially responsible for your home or your children or anybody else, right? You don't want to just stop your job to then go look for a new one. If you're 20 and single and living with your parents and you can afford to do that, then absolutely. But if you're a parent with a family, you may not want to take risks like that. You may not be able to take risks like that because you may not be able to bring yourself to taking risks like that. So set yourself up for success. Set yourself up to feel safe, to feel protected, and to feel organized in making a huge change. So don't be afraid to not do anything. And I really say that because people are terrified to whoa, a card just came flying out. That card makes sense too. All right, but I'm going to finish shuffling for a bit, but I'm going to leave that card out because that was important. Actually, no, that's the card. It flew out. Why am I even asking? All right, so the card that came up is number 5, which is Goblins, right? And I love that Goblins came up because, of course, it makes sense, right? The Goblin card is asking you to take a look at your demons. It's asking you to take a look at the parts of yourself that you feel guilty and ashamed for, right? It's asking you to look at those wounds that have prevented you from moving forward your whole life. If you have a big decision to make, a big move to make, a big change to make in your life, then the first thing you need to do is address those goblins that are going to haunt you unless you face them, right? And I don't know what the goblins look like for you. They could look like limiting beliefs, thinking that you are incapable of achieving the things that you want to achieve, thinking that you are not deserving of the life that you dream of, having all this trauma in your life from past experiences and past evidence that you are not worthy. You need to work on those things. And working on that may look like active therapeutic work, like getting a therapist or a coach or someone to help you through. Certainly, if you have deep-seated trauma, it's important to pick a trauma-informed therapist or coach. That's really important. And have someone to help you through these goblins, addressing these limiting beliefs, right? You may need to do that. And it doesn't mean you have to solve everything and you have to, heal all your wounds or, it's not about that. It is about actively working and acknowledging the things that stop you while also taking that, actions you've been avoiding, really taking care of your body and allowing yourself to be creative and feel creative. Those daily ABCs are essential to helping you move through this time of waiting, right? This time of patience. So I don't just mean sit and wait for a call to come in. When I say don't do anything, I mean don't do anything rash. Don't make hasty decisions when it comes to things that could potentially change your life, because there is a lot of energetic weight behind those things. And so it is going to cause resistance. It is going to hold you back, and you're going to feel guilt and you're going to feel shame. And so you have to get yourself to a point where when you finally take that action, you will be so clear and so confident. Even if you're scared, even if you are taking a leap of faith, right? But if you are in alignment with that decision and know, oh my God, this is terrifying, but I know this is the best decision for me, and you move forward with that kind of certainty, then things will unfold for you exactly as they are meant to, because that is the energy that will propel you forward. Having confidence and clarity and certainty when you are making a move is going to get you a hell of a lot farther than you kind of moving through the dark and hoping that you fall into the situation that works best for you. Now, both things work, right? Because God is good and you are deserving of the life that you want, right? But I'm speaking to you from experience, my own experience, and as I've seen things work for my own clients and friends and family who I share this with. Until you are absolutely sure of making a move that could potentially change your life, it is absolutely okay to sit and wait until things are in a way that suddenly, and this is what happens, there will be a moment where things, and I do this because it sometimes happens just like this, when you continue to work towards creating the safety around that vision of what you want, or creating safety around taking that huge risk, or making that big change, or ending that relationship, or ending that career and changing careers. When you finally take that leap, when you are doing it with clarity and confidence, then you will never feel regret. Not only will you not feel regret, you will be able to face whatever challenges come your way as a result of that decision, knowing that you are moving forward for your highest and greatest good. If you make that decision with uncertainty, or you're not sure it's the best thing for you, or you're doing it because someone else told you it was the best thing for you, then that's when things really begin to fall apart in your life, because you are living based on someone else's judgment. You are living based on someone else's ideas. You are living based on something that is not connected to you and your core inner guidance. When you are connected to that inner guidance, and when you get the clarity and confidence to move forward, you won't hesitate. Suddenly you will see, boom, you'll be like, today's the day. And because you will have been creating the conditions for this to work, creating the safety around this choice, when you finally make that choice, everything else will be ready. Everything else will unfold beautifully because you've already put all your ducks in a row. So then it's just a matter of making the step, taking the action, and then watching things unfold exactly as they should for the highest and greatest good of everyone involved. All right, I hope that was helpful today. We went over our time a little bit, but I am super grateful for your presence. I am grateful for you joining me every day, and I'll be especially grateful if you subscribe to my YouTube channel. Go to Jumpstart for Change. Don't forget to smash that subscribe button and ding the notification bell, and spread the word to anyone else who you think may benefit from Me First Mornings. Have a great day, and I'll see you tomorrow.